Don't let this become the war on terror.
Yeah. So on my phone, we're at 57 minutes, but add like 16 to that. So
Right.
Hour
Okay.
16.
Okay.
We could talk about Andrew Tate mania.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, we should talk about it while it's still hot. Because
what do you have to say about it? That's what.
Like that hasn't been said already.
It's just crazy. I'm just trying to rack. Like I've been so engulfed in it. I'm already tired of it. Like for the past few days, I haven't thought about Andrew Tate, and I was happy.
Yeah, I've taken a bit of a Tatecation for the past like 5 or so days, and honestly, it was nice. But I did do the deep dive when he was originally canceled. I don't know. We could. I guess there's a couple of angles here. There's what makes Andrew Tate worse than, certain music artists or television shows or whatever that
we were saying
lyrics or themes that
if Andrew Tate was a rapper, this wouldn't be an issue.
He would be fine, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe not fine, but it's not like Spotify would drop his music or anything like that.
Yeah.
And yet here he is getting canceled off of everything like he's Alex Jones, which shouldn't have even happened in the first place.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is this the Alex Jones moment too? The Trump moment too? Where now we can just kick people off of social media just for like whatever reason.
That's the thing. I feel like it would have been an Alex Jones moment if Alex Jones hadn't happened, and if Trump hadn't happened, right?
But now it feels like kind of but isn't that the trick? Like now it's almost normalized, and when it happens, it's not even news anymore. We get bored of it.
Yes, literally.
Like when is Tate Social coming out?
Oh my God. Speaking of Tate Social,
dude, the YouTube
Truth Social, they took it off of the Play Store, Google
Play. Oh
Play.
yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I don't even like. Once again, like, whether you endorse or disavow what he says, I don't think he hasn't said, to my knowledge, anything nearly that warrants this. And in my opinion, as a free speech absolutist, nothing warrants this. You know what I mean? Like, short of being a literal terrorist organization, which they still allow on fucking Twitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The moderation is just so unbelievably inconsistent.
So it's like,
Follow us on Twitter, by the way, at pennant.ink, pennantink.
Yeah, give us a follow. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't even want to give it any energy, because I feel like if we just acknowledge that this is a thing, it makes the thing worse. Like, I guess you kind of have to fight against it, but at this point it's like, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean?
Well, okay, my next question then is, are we at the point where becoming getting canceled is like mandatory?
Oh yeah, it's a badge of honor at this point.
But
it's like, why are we fighting?
He's blown up more than ever now.
Yeah.
Like it's the Streisand effect, right?
Yeah.
They tried to bury him, and now all of a sudden he's hot because all these people are like, wow, look at this guy that they tried to cancel in the way that they canceled Alex Jones. And look, a lot of the stuff he says is not actually that bad, and blah, blah, blah.
He had over 100,000 live viewers on Rumble.
Which for Rumble is really good. Rumble and Odyssey, you barely get anything.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
They're backup services, People still use YouTube primarily,
period,
whether or not they should.
So, that's the thing. Definitely considered a badge of honor. And, like, my perspective was, why are we fighting to preserve these soulless corporate husks? Or not even, why are we fighting for them? Like, the whole Elon buying Twitter thing, like, I just viewed it as a waste of time. Like, it would be nice, I guess, to have one not completely cucked social media platform, but the fact that I wasn't surprised that it kind of fell apart kind of the way it did, because it's like, why would you even want Twitter? You know what I mean?
Well, I think he wants it because he sees it, if not as a necessary evil, but as something out there that exists that is probably better in his hands than somebody else's, because of its effect on the Overton window and how it polarizes and charges political conversations.
Else.
No, they will, but you're right. But honestly, one of the things that surprised me during like the whole internet era for the past 20 years is I'm actually shocked that these companies like Facebook and stuff have had staying power.
That's
because
true,
early on online it was much more like a fad culture where sites would be big for like Friendster. They'd be big for like 6 months to a year, and then they'd fall off. There'd be the next thing. So I've been waiting for the next Facebook for literally like 18 years, and I guess it's Gab, but like I don't know, does that count? Probably not. So it all these big tech monoliths.
Is Instagram, which owns Facebook. And the next Instagram is TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is owned by China, so it's like,
Yeah, so we have all these Chinese-aligned corporations that want to sell us Chinese stuff that are headquartered in America or China.
Yes.
You choose.
So that's why it's in the alt-tech thing with Rumble, Gab, I think Getter is a thing, Odyssey, Truth Social.
Even Telegram.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see which one of these actually have staying power, because I haven't been in a rush to get on any of these. Like, I think I went on, I can't even remember what it's called anymore.
Parler?
Parler, yes. I made a Parler account.
I had to dig deep back into the archives to remember that.
I haven't been on it since. Like, it's been well over a year. I think I have like it's not Minds, it's something else. There's some creators that are on, I don't even remember what it is. It might be some like Dave Rubin kind of platform. So I wanted to follow someone specifically.
Oh, okay.
But then I'd never gone back to that either.
Well, okay, so related but like slightly different question. What's going on with Tidal? Did that catch on? Do people still use Tidal?
I guess somebody uses it. I think Jay-Z pretty much flipped it.
Oh, okay.
He bought it from these Swedes and then flipped it to someone else. And made like
good for
$1
him.
Off of
That's honestly good for him.
Yeah. It's not, it doesn't, it's never had the staying power as like Apple or Spotify. Because the whole thing with Tidal was exclusivity, but then artists started realizing that exclusivity like fucks them over. Like Kanye, he was part of Tidal in the beginning, and he put the Life of Pablo album on there exclusively, and it became the most pirated album in history because you could literally only get it on Jay-Z's platform.
Yeah, and who's gonna fucking sign up for Tidal, right?
I did. At one point, I was dumb. I was a dumb young kid. At one point I had Spotify because I got it for free from Fido.
Oh, nice.
I had Apple Music because I signed up to listen to Drake's album because he was exclusive with Apple. And then I got Tidal because of Kanye.
Was that Views?
Views was exclusive to Apple, yeah. So that was the early streaming wars.
Yeah, okay.
That was the OG stream wars. Like Netflix, before Netflix versus Disney Plus, it was Apple, Tidal, Spotify.
I didn't listen to Views until it made it on Spotify.
Yeah. So then, basically, Tidal kind of flopped or kind of fell away, and it's just Spotify, Apple, or I guess Amazon Music's a thing, YouTube Music's a thing, but yeah. Anyways, it's a big digression, but pretty much my point is, could you predict which of these alt kind of web apps will have any staying power, if any? Because the issue is that YouTube, regardless how how cucked or how overly moderated, propagandized it is, Twitter, there's still only one Twitter, and it appeals to a wider audience than a Gab or
I know exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because the only people you'll find using those services are people who specifically they got banned.
They want to watch Alex Jones videos.
They want to see Trump tweets.
Yeah.
But Telegram, I think, is the one exception because it's got a good interface. It's easy to use. There's a lot of different people into a lot of different things on there.
Yeah.
So I think Telegram will have some staying power.
Will it have staying power as a mainstream kind of thing, or as having an audience, an alt kind of audience that's big enough to sustain it? Because that's the thing about the internet, is that it doesn't matter what the audience is if it's big enough, you can have a sustainable fan base. It's just we've never seen that necessarily on the scale of a large scale social media platform, where literally are we going to have, instead of left-wing and right-wing newspapers, you got left-wing and right-wing radio, left-wing and right-wing cable channels, left-wing and right-wing websites, left-wing and right-wing platforms. Is that the future? I feel like that's the future we're moving towards.
Yeah.
And I don't think I like it.
No, it's not good for political debate and discussion. It's echo chambery. It's bubble-y.
Which is why I haven't been in a rush to go to any of these, really, because it's why? You know what I mean? Even though, ironically, I'm fairly sympathetic to a lot of the views, probably, of a lot of the people on there, I still feel not dirty, but it's cheap, I don't want to go onto their cheap platforms and talk about owning the libs and drinking with tears. I got other things to do, man. Yeah, that's the thing.